All right. Okay, everybody, welcome once more to Fall of Avanswell. I hope everybody's having a fine Wednesday evening. I am once again joined by illustrious group of folks here who are ready to dive back into adventure and continue some role-playing. So
We're diving into your cat?
that's gross. Get away from my cat. Lose a level.
Mods, boo this man!
Boo.
Boo.
Minus two.
No!
Hold on, give me a second.
Please, the
There we go.
dinosaur
Mod-
fights were
mod
hard
boo.
enough.
There we go. That was a mod boo.
That was a mock.
I'm a mod too. What are you talking about?
But yes, we had some very interesting times last week. Of course, hello, I am the host and game master here, Dracovin. Hi, everybody, and I'm joined by my crew of people. But I asked everybody, technically 2 questions this week. I asked a question where it was my first time trying to adapt a question from another list and failing miserably, so I gave them a new question to ask right now. I should get to the... there we go. I don't think Ixbanor is going first unless someone really rolls lower. Okay. Par for the course. It's
It was almost an 8.
almost expected at this point in time. So the question we ended up on is, someone gives you an embarrassing nickname. What was that nickname? I think is what we kind of settled on. Or who was that, and what was that nickname? So I guess we'll turn to Jessie to introduce their character and give us what Calder's nickname was.
Yeah, I'm Jessie. I'm playing Calder Wrynn, human gunslinger of some renown. Not much. One nickname that Calder ended up getting, it didn't stick very long. But he did have it for a little bit. Was he was called Mumbles because of he talks like this. But he got that nickname from a guy he was trying to bring in because he had a bounty on his head, and Calder needed to eat that week. He didn't last long because he just killed the guy for calling him Mumbles.
Is there weeks that you don't need to eat?
There are weeks where food is slightly easier to come by, and by that I mean he breaks into someone's house and steals it. Allegedly.
Unless you're traveling with me, I provide.
True, that is very true. This has been the easy life besides the several near-death experiences.
Besides Tyrannosaurus attacks.
More near-death experiences than Calder is typically comfortable with.
Anyway, so next up, of course, is Joseph. Joe, we turn towards you.
I'm Joe. I am playing Umbrin Wisespark, the Fetchling, Liminal Fetchling, Animist, and the kids in one of the villages I was living in gave me the name Dead Kid because of my talking to the spirits.
That tracks.
Sometimes you just got to speak to ghosts, but apparently not often.
I'm not afraid of no ghost.
But we finally turn to Wyrm to finish up today in this little segment.
Yeah, I'm Diamond Wyrm, and I play Ixbanor, the awakened animal ferret sorcerer. I forgot to make a long list. Alchemist. Don't want to do that at some point. I mean, it's pretty embarrassing to get any of the ferret nicknames called in public, from, let's see.
Diesel.
Noodle Cat, Stinky, Long Rat, Chaos Noodle, any of those. Wiggle Floof. But probably the pointed nickname that I got one time. Probably the pointed nickname that I got one time was given by my master's apprentice, and that was Ixie Butt.
Would you kill him?
No.
See, that's where
At least it wasn't dinner.
I nicknamed my ferret dinner.
Food. Oh, what a cool ferret. What's their name? Emergency rations.
Anyway, so yes. So when last left off, our group finished their journey to the north. They arrived at the village of the Minotaurs, had dealt with them, and at the beginning of last session, they began their journey proper to the temple that they would have to fix. The old ruins that they were informed about. Basically, this would connect where they needed to go. And they were given a way to detect what they needed once they got there. So it's kind of like a step in the right direction. Anyway, arriving at this temple, you were accosted by 2 Tyrannosaurus Rexes, which none of you have seen anything like this before. They're giant reptilian monstrosities that tried to devour Talos twice.
And also
True,
had
but
metal
we-
plating for some reason.
Yes, their
We
bones seem
never
to be
see
made
him
of...
again.
Their skin seems to have, like, metal armor in it, and their bones seem to be made of metal. Anyway,
I wonder
you...
what it tastes like.
I don't know. You went into your little pocket to kind of hide and rest. So that's where we left off. There is something almost a little noticeable while you're in your pocket dimension. You certainly can notice that kind of feeling you had in the forest dissipates and goes away. It seems as though whatever kind of protection the spirit of the forest had on you kind of fades away, especially with your pocket dimension. As you're kind of sitting there in a little, like, cube of space next to a mystical door.
Hey, it's better than trying to
I know.
sleep and another T-Rex
I
pops up on
just
our ass.
Imagine it to be like this bright white room that's just a giant white cube that you're all sitting in. Like, nondescript white cube where you can't tell where the
Yeah.
edges are until you encounter
Oh
them.
no, it has lines
Ah.
depicting the like edges of the
Oh,
wall.
so it's got like little
it's
like
giant
black
white-
areas where you can see where the edges are, but other than that, it's just
Yeah.
this like white cube. It's just like an obnoxiously bright white cube is how I imagine it. They're like, well, it doesn't glow technically. It's just bright in color. Just reflects all
I mean,
light.
Where is it? The middle doorway.
But yeah,
Yeah, the space is
unadorned
unadorned and empty with chalk lines indicating the corners of the walls.
Again, I just envision it's that like kind of like the brightness of
Yeah,
white nothingness. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a void space.
Yeah. You're just in this nice void space.
Oh god, we're in the Matrix.
You entered the Matrix. But you can get your rest in and soon afterwards emerge from the area. Heading back into the jungle, there is something definitely, the forest, because it is more deciduous forest, this area. I'm just, the map here makes me think jungle for a minute, because it's the map I was able to find. But there's a noticeable, like, further drop in that feeling that you have. Like, when you were in your space, that kind of aura and feeling of the forest began to fade away fairly rapidly, may I note. But here, it feels as though it drops even more. Like there's a coldness to this entire area. You can see that there are strange reptilian scavengers working on the corpses of the 2 beasts you found. The building, as I previously said, is a large rectangular building. It's covered in all kinds of ivy, vines, and plants. The treetops seem to kind of cover mostly over in a canopy, making it very hard to see. But this area definitely has this kind of just a little bit of a quiet unnaturalness to it, even though you can still hear the echoing of birds and animals in the distance, and the like reptilian like creatures that are tearing at the body kind of put their heads up at you and then go back to work, seemingly ignoring you. And all of them are about the size of like a
meat for
chicken.
breakfast.
They're like big chicken like lizards, just tearing apart this body.
Oh yeah, are we still riding our chocobos?
Yeah, could we have brought them with us? I mean,
Up to you. We did not mention what happened to them in the forest. I did forget.
well, it was more that, like, I assumed we brought them to like the village. Like that was obvious to me because we were still riding
Yes.
them in the forest,
Yes.
Yeah.
if I recall. But like, I don't know. They could have been like, "Hey, you won't need these where you're going. We'll take care of them or something."
I
You know,
assume
if they
that's
wanted
probably
to,
more
or-
what they're going, that they'll look after them if you make.
We could use them as part of the trade.
Mhm. I ventured.
Hey, want some chocobos?
They're like, sure. They are a type of beast of bird that can be helpful. And domesticated. So yeah. Alright. But otherwise it's a relatively cool morning.
Well, I guess the only thing to do is go into this temple-looking thing.
Alright. So heading to the entranceway, you'll see that about here, I don't have it marked,
think
there's a large
Do you
stone
think they
door.
taste good? Do you think they taste like chicken?
I don't
I
know.
doubt it. You might get a parasite. Don't eat that.
Fine.
But basically where the wall would meet, there's a stone door there. The stone door is sealed and really heavily worn. You can see that there perhaps was once large murals or carvings in the door itself, but weather and time has certainly worn it down so that there's just hints and kind of little sparks of what was probably once upon these doors at a time.
Well, I'm going to make a perception check to see if there's any traps around
Sure.
before walking up that way.
Kind of take a look over and kind of like look to see if you see any kind of traps or anything. You don't see anything very noticeable in this small kind of like entryway. This entire thing is kind of like out and goes to where the stairs start. So this is a little like roofed corridor that leads to the side of this rectangular building. So where you would be right now is up at the door and covered over. Also, it does seem like the size that the big old lizards could probably fit in there.
Lovely. I'm going to check the door out and make sure I don't see any like traps or anything.
Take a look at it. You don't see anything that notices like as traps or anything on it. It seems relatively clear of any kind of triggers or anything like that.
Is it just like look like a push-pull or?
You see no signs of any kind of like necessary keyholes or anything, but the door does seem sealed shut.
I'm gonna, you know what? Because I took it too, I'm gonna detect magic.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So there does seem to be a rudimentary magic on the door.
Let's see.
I feel like Ixbanor and Umbrin are examining the door while Talas and Calder stay back to keep an eye out.
Make sure
Yes.
no more dinosaurs come through.
I guess knowledge. Is it a
I
knowledge
mean,
check then?
Calder
to
may
try
also
to-
be afraid of magical explosions, but
That too.
I believe it is a check using your magic stat to identify spells.
yes, it depends. Also, technically, it's depends on the school actually that was enchanted, and it's a higher difficulty if it was enchanted with a different type of magic.
You can use your occult to check this one. It's a type of magic that is also under occult. I've looked at the
Okay.
traditions that are on it.
Well, I'll roll my occultism.
Okay.
Not a great roll.
Yes. I have to figure out the DC to identify spells and effects.
I mean, it's based on
Identify spells.
the
Hey!
level.
Thanks, Sarcastic Nethys, for giving me that very quickly when I'm trying to look into it. Because, like, it's the difference between like if it's, I'll tell you now, if it would be like 20 plus level, you have it. If not, if it's higher than that, then you don't. It's kind of like that. It's not like a super high level spell over.
Yeah, look.
You need no spell cast. Okay, that's definitely spells this recast. I'm going to assume.
Some DCs. There it is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look up the DCs at the moment here. And Archives is trying to fight me a little bit, because of course it is.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna. I know where it is in the book. I'm gonna go there. See who gets to it first. GM Core.
High identify magic. That's really what I wanted. Will you load up very
Yeah,
quickly?
it just says
difficulty classes.
the
No, it
GM
doesn't-
gets
so-
DC.
So it's DCs by spell rank. Okay, first is
Oh, okay.
15, second is 18, third is 20, fourth is 23,
Okay,
fifth
cool.
is 26,
Then
sixth
you
is
will
28.
indeed
Okay.
be able to identify. It seems to be the heightened version of the lock spell. A very simple, basic thing, but still nonetheless. Yeah. Basically, it looks as though there was probably a mechanism on the other side that has been locked in place. Most likely the idea being open it from the inside. You're not supposed to open it from the outside. But nonetheless, it is in place on the door.
I could try to dispel it.
Mm-hmm.
We could. Another thought is there's probably cracks in the walls that I might be able to squeeze through, and I can maybe just open it from the other side.
I
Possible.
mean, I could walk around and see if I see anything.
You.
Actually, no. You know what? I'll send Shadow around to scout the outside of the building, and I'll look through his eyes.
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
So you're looking for a spot that where like the walls of the building itself is damaged enough for something to squeeze in, is what you're saying?
Yeah, for like
Yeah.
Ixbanor to squeeze in.
Alright, you're gonna take a scout around, and sure, you will be able to see a small area where there is seemingly some damage. It is on the roof over to the next to you, so it's kind of like, it'd be kind of over like on the roof in this area over here.
I thought it'd be this giant tree over here.
That's probably not actually there.
I know. I know those maps don't always.
Are you okay with climbing, or would you want to fly up there?
I can climb. I will
could
climb
cast
up.
along
Mhm.
you.
Alright. There seems to be a crack in kind of the ceiling, and it's kind of choked with vines and plant material that seems to be kind of bursting out from there.
I
you can
have
kind of see, like-
I have quick squeeze, so I can definitely squeeze through.
It looks as though like there's also like a little bit of a damage here where some water is kind of pooled nearby and it's kind of dripping down into the hole.
Just be careful going in there by yourself.
I mean, understood. I think that goes without saying.
Alright. You can squeeze down into a room that looks as though perhaps at one time this is maybe some kind of chambers. There are these stone slabs that look as though they may have been used as beds at one point in time and places that things may have been stored. But the room is in disarray, wreckage. There is like old roots and vines kind of like squeezing in here in various places, as it looks as though the small hole here has been an excuse for material to spread into this room pretty efficiently. over however long it's been here, the damage itself. And even then, you can see hints of like strange mosses and stuff that seem to have grown on the walls in this, as the rest of the room gives way to a darkness in what looks to be a hall beyond.
Hmm.
Drink. All right.
Yep.
So what do you want to do? You squeezed into the room.
I will be careful, so I'm basically gonna stealth just in case there's something in here.
All right.
I mean, and my goal is to go around.
All right. You can easily head around to the door. You can see that there is more murals and carvings on the walls here, and though they seem aged, it does seem as though the seal on the door has kept much of the outside world out, and they still maintain some semblance of readability. But you can make your way to the door and find out where the a set of 3 bars seem to have put in place, and you can sense that the center one seems to be the one that is magically enchanted. They aren't going to be so difficult for you to move out of the way. These aren't like giant bars. They're like a decent size, but you are tiny actually.
I am tiny. I was planning to have the help of this spell. I don't know.
I'm trying to think because it's like, yeah, it would have been pretty easy for more. Okay, to now
we're
connect
up
him.
to fit. Yeah, because we're up to 5th, so range is 60. Okay, so and bulk is 1, so I can.
I'd say with this, a bulk of 1 should be enough to pull them out of the way. They are, though it is aged, it again has been more protected from the weather in this area and will still slide.
Oh well, I should clarify. My thought was to use the telekinetic hand to help me leverage it.
Yeah.
So
with your telekinetic hand, you will indeed be able to slide the latches out of the way and open the door, or at least allow the door to be opened.
I'll be like, it's open.
Right.
I'm not pushing this thing.
No.
Talas, you want to help me?
Yeah, he'll help.
Or I'll help him, technically.
I guess then give an athletics. Let's see here, because it is
I was
actually
gonna
a
say,
heavy.
maybe I should be the one to help him.
Yeah.
Oh, athletics? Yeah, why don't you help me?
Yeah. maybe,
Like,
yeah.
wait a second, I'm not athletic. I can't push things out of the way.
So this is.
I
my
have
aid.
I have an okay strength. It's just I'm not.
Okay.
I
It's a
don't
little
have
bit of
great
help.
athletics.
Huh?
Well, I have a 13 athletics. It's not bad.
Yeah, it could be
So
worse.
you get a +1.
Yeah, +1. It's only a +3 if I crit.
Alright. So the doors are definitely like aged.
Jeez.
It seems whatever like ability for them to move naturally has deteriorated in a lot of ways. They've settled in after who knows how many untoned centuries or perhaps even millennia. But with the combination of the two of you, you are going to be able to move the doors enough to move your ways in at a decent without having necessarily squeeze. But it is kind of like a push and kind of like there's a bit of grinding on the ground. It is certainly not quiet. If anything is in here, it certainly at least echoes deep within the chamber. Because it's kind of like stone door sliding on stone, but not effectively. So it scrapes a little bit, you know?
I mean, who knows how long this has been here?
Yeah. Moving on.
I'll step in.
As I said, the halls here are carved and seemingly painted with all kinds of murals that seem to be depicting various kind of strange and interesting sky creatures doing various tasks. They seem to be tales of some kind, but most of them still are worn away, damaged in such ways that it's kind of hard to tell everything of what's going on. The shapes are a little bit more worn down, even sealed away. This wasn't completely, airtight. Certainly speaking, moisture, weather, time has definitely not been kind to whatever's in here, but it has been decently enough preserved for at least a little bit of what remains to be seen here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize any of these carvings from my spiritual journey before?
There's probably similarities, I would say, but at this point in time, it is hard to tell. Everything's just a little faded, a little worn, just in ways that's a little harder to tell.
Gotcha. I'm gonna just make a general perception check, see if I sense anything in the area.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Feels quiet. There's like probably a couple little insects and stuff crawling around. Again, as I said, there's kind of like some mosses here. There's other places where moisture has gotten in. While you found like a large hole, there are cracks and stuff too, and occasionally you see evidence of places where almost little pinpricks of sunlight are coming in, and you can see like that is just enough for things to sprout up in this area. Nature is certainly, though, taking its time finding ways to move its way in here, and there are definitely signs of all kinds of small creatures and rodents, and probably certainly insects all over the place. But otherwise than that,
is this anything?
That there. It is a carving that seems to be worn down. That seems to be of something that looks like a reptilian creature, a little similar to the thing you fought outside, except it has a large pair of wings on it.
I'm gonna.
Do any of these carvings on the walls show these creatures feeding people to a much bigger creature of itself that's made of bone? I'll give anyone like a thumbs up point if you know what that I'm referencing.
It's familiar, but I'm not remembering because I have a terrible memory.
Yeah.
It's an SCP.
Oh. See, like, I've heard of a bunch of them, but I would not remember them off the top of my head.
682?
No, that's not 682.
That goes beyond me knowing
400, 4,000 something? I don't remember the
For
exact
me,
number.
encountering them, it's mostly in, like, side things, and when other people are, like, doing something that involves some, like, video games that star SCP stuff and things like that. That's where I get it most of the time. I'm like, not direct things, or,
I'm gonna see if there's any writings on that or anything.
There seems to be
4959. That's what it is.
There doesn't seem to be any actual like writing as far as you can see. All the at least anything that seems to have remained. You can see areas where there maybe is a little bit of color or little flakes of color, and most of it is then just the carvings with little areas where you can see the color in like little flakes and stuff. But a lot of it's faded. No words were carved, and with the degradation, if words were perhaps painted or written on that, like with like an ink or something,
they would have been faded long ago.
Yes, and with the kind of sparking and little bits that you can find here, not enough for them to still form words. It's kind of like you can be like, there's little flakes here, and if I look close, it looks as though like that kind of maybe some kind of shade of white. Again, you can kind of tell shades, but it's not like perfect because color fading and stuff like that, kind of things like that.
Ixbanor, which way did you come from?
I'll point, that way.
Was there anything of note in that room?
It looked like an old place for people with beds and stuff. No.
Maybe we should
Were there any
double check around there, see if there's anything of interest.
Yeah, were there any skeletons in there?
No.
Okay.
I'll take a look around. Do you want another perception?
Yeah, go ahead. Or me not. As I kind of previously described, this room probably has the most damage of all the rooms you've seen. As I said, there still is like little cracks and stuff, but with the hole that's definitely like big enough for a tiny creature to get through, yeah, the amount of plants and vines that are kind of bursting through there, the water that's dripping down in here. The two like beds are like down here, and I would say like down here. The two, what best you can describe as beds. They're low enough that they probably are, but they are definitely stone, and if they had like blankets or something on top of them, they're long gone. They're very slab-like, you know, and it just seems as like you can see signs of like there would have been like a niche in this wall, probably to store like books or something on them. You can see the cracked remains under the hole of what may have been some kind of desk or like side table or something like that. Any kind of non-stone furnishing does seem to be gone though from this place.
Yeah. Okay, well maybe we should check the other room then.
All right. This is a very interesting room, as it is, you can see there's a number of small pinpricks of light coming down that has caused a bunch of like vines to sprout over the intricate kind of carving that's here. It seems to be something that probably maybe at once moved. This stone set of carvings with these kind of strange spheres across it. You could roll check. Hey, Ixbanor. Roll academic studies. That would apply. I'm trying to think of something other than that would apply, and I'm sure there is another knowledge, but like this is probably the easiest one that I can be like, you might have heard about this. This is something that probably was used to kind of measure or maybe predict the movement of like the moon and the sun and the kind of things like that. It may have been moved. It may have been able to like tell like where things are at different times of the year at some point in time. So it's kind of like a calendar of some kind. I'd best describe it as an astrological calendar. But it's heavily damaged. Certainly doesn't seem like it functions anymore. You probably could try to force it to move. Again, it was like different aspects that kind of spin and kind of moved, and you can kind of like align things and like perhaps get like an idea of like, oh, when like it's this time of year, or this is how the moon would be, or something like that kind of thing, what the moons would be. You know.
Okay.
It's something that is it looks as though like when you look at it and think about it too, you're like, this is probably pretty advanced even by your standards now. You know, there hasn't like, I'm gonna say you guys as society probably didn't go much into like space science and stuff like that. So this is like very least on par with you, if not a little bit better, but it's hard to tell with where the studies are on this. But you were very much aware of these studies as part of the general studies, you know? Hey, learn a few things about the moon and stars and the sun. Demia. I'm sure there was another knowledge that would have applied to this, but academic studies was a good excuse to not have to figure out what that would be.
Yeah, academia lore.
Yeah.
I guess I'll I'll scout the area just see if there's anything else in the room.
Sure.
Highly doubted, but
Yeah. You kind of take a look around, and unfortunately, like, you really can't find anything else in the area here.
okay. Well, guys, you might want to follow us. We're going to go deeper in.
All right.
I'm keeping my eyes open for anything.
All right. So, as you're kind of moving around the side of the hall there, you begin to see that this room off to your side has some kind of light shining out from it. At the end of this hall also seems to be a large statue that is kind of a little damaged, a little broken apart, and again with like some of those pinpricks of light is now covered in a couple of vines which have used those little bits of light to kind of spread and kind of hit into that, and some of them seem to be trying to even like snake their way into the ceiling, maybe to perhaps break into it, create another hole. The statue seems to be very similar to the carving you saw here, some kind of reptilian creature with a large set of wings.
Okay. Well,
This room is bright, but it's very odd. You look up, and it seems as though there are no holes in the ceiling, but like you can kind of see through the ceiling. There are what I best describe as tiles or parts of the ceiling where they look almost made of crystal, and light is shining through into here.
Interesting. Well, a society that studies the sky, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. You didn't see it from the outside, I will note, though. So it was hard to tell this was here on the outside of it. But on the inside here, it is very obvious. You can see what appears to have been like some form of garden and fountain here at the center. The garden itself has kind of gone a little wild and out of control and spread to areas of the room here.
Step in.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, is there supposed to be music?
I didn't switch off of the opening music, so yes, there should have been. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome. It clicked at some point where I'm just like, wait.
Right one?
As soon as you said that, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll give a general perception coming into it.
Okay. You'll tend to take a look around the room. There are various columns, the kind of garden area with the fountain, what looks to be a area that you can't quite get a good eye on because it looks like it's got sides to it, but there is something here, a smaller chamber back here, and that is basically what you can see right now. And this room is actually fairly lit. It's not enough for, like, you know, to really, like, notice a lot. And again, like, the pinpricks of light were enough to, like, you know, until you were, like, around the corner here to get a good view of there was more light. They were providing enough light to this place that you could kind of still see a bit. You know, the damage has been happening. But you don't see any major damage to this chamber either. Beyond the light that's coming through these areas, there doesn't seem to be any other thing. And the most of the damage seems to be of the, you know, an overgrown garden and fountain.
How tall are the sides to this?
Good question. The ceiling in here is probably about 15 feet up. I would say they go about 10 feet up. So, like, walls almost 10 feet up that go out, like, you know, 7-8 feet from this side wall here that, like, behind it that does go all the way to the chamber, making this area back here a smaller kind of chamber.
I think I'm gonna check out the back chamber first.
All right. Back here, there seems to be a kind of small altar on the back wall here, of some kind, with kind of carvings and markings that seem to make it look as though it perhaps was made of flame. On the other side, there seems to be faded letters, something that was carved in here. Unfortunately, they're very hard to read at this point in time, but it does seem to be the first time you've seen actual letters carved into something, along with what appears to be a kind of dial of some kind, with kind of faded color markings on it in little circles that seem to go around the edge of the circle, the circle dial.
I'm gonna get a closer look at the markings.
Sure.
See, is there anything I could roll to try to see if I can make it out?
I'd say you could probably make some kind of decipher script check. It would be at a higher difficulty from the fading, but it wouldn't be possible. Decipher writing. Hi, general skill. Thank you for going to that quickly. All right. Attempt to decipher complicated writing or literature obscure topic. There's blah 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 blah. Jim might allow you to attempt to decipher text written in unfamiliar language in society instead, and this would be Decipher writing is a skill. Or no, is it?
Decipher writing is a skill that uses either society or arcana or any of basically depends on what you're deciphering. If it's magical, then it's one of the magical skills.
Uh-huh.
If it's historical, then it's.
I would say this would be a society version of it then. Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'll give myself guidance on this, so I'll have a +1.
Okay. Fortunately, you kind of take a look at it.
+1. Nope.
you just really can't understand. It's too faded away to really get a good idea of what it's saying.
Ixbanor, do you want to look at this?
I was gonna take a look at the altar to see if there's anything of note. Probably. And then we could trade, because clearly you should probably.
Right. So you're up at the altar that seems to be carved in almost like a flame motif.
Yep.
What do you want to do with said altar?
I'm just kind of curious if, well, you know what? That was dumb. I was thinking oh yeah, what deity? And I'm like, wait, it's probably the sun. Sun deity. The sky deity.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I guess it's just to see if there's anything I don't know, something of note, maybe something that indicates what might be on the opposite wall, like the motif, what that might indicate.
Sure. What do you want to roll for that? How do you want to go about this?
Honestly, I feel like this should be religion, but
I would allow you to roll a religion if you're kind of.
Oh no, I don't have religion. I just think it should be religion. Yeah, it could be it could also be society, just kind of learn about it or something.
Kind of study how it's put together and things like that. Again, if you want to if you want to roll society about it, if that's what you're trying to look into, how it would have been used and kind of things like that, kind of inferring information about it, I can allow that. That's fine.
Okay.
So you're gonna take a look at it, and the thing about this altar is it seems smaller, but still, usable. Most altars definitely are adorned with certain objects, and there are no objects here to begin with, which maybe not unusual. Time, age, maybe they took things from it, but you see very few signs of the top is well carved, unused, not any sign of any kind of thing on it at this point in time. There does not seem to be any kind of storage for any kind of religious paraphernalia nearby. There's a couple of carved columns next to it that are very simple, like these here in the corner. They basically also have that kind of flame motif to them, like they're towers of flame. But other than that, there really isn't anything particular that stands out about all of this. Just a bunch of flame motif carved things. It is a little odd.
Want to switch positions?
Before that, I'm gonna pull out my staff and see if it reacts in any way, because it's supposed to be guiding us.
It will not.
Okay.
This will not be
sure.
The staff helps. So, okay. I guess
I want to make a religion here.
Sure. So you'll kind of take a look at the altar, and just using your training in religion, this seems something very simple when it would come to major kind of things. You're obvious in some kind of temple structure here. Whether there is more buried beneath the surface or not, you don't know. But this is what's sticking out of the ground. And this is it feels too simple for everything you've encountered now. It's kind of what I'm going to say, religiously. There is no signs of anything else that would be put here or anything like that, but you would think there would be more to this place. But again, it feels a little off and feels a little weird. Not that they couldn't have taken things with them, but it definitely stands out as, a simple, unadorned, almost shrine that has no signs of the deity at all. There should be more signs of something here.
I want to try something. I want to pull out a torch,
Okay.
sit it on the altar,
Mm-hmm.
and cast ignition on the torch.
Sure. All right. It lights up.
So you're just trying to burn the torch?
Yeah, see if putting fire on the altar might do something.
Okay. I need you to roll something for me then. Roll me perception.
Okay.
The fire begins to kind of lick out, but then you begin to see like it move in strange ways. There is more airflow in here than you would have imagined, and you're seeing it affect the flame. But nothing else happens otherwise. Neat idea though. But you do notice something weird. Well, Ixbanor, do you want to roll that society?
Yeah, let's see if I can figure out something it might say, or what
Sure.
this thing might be about.
Mhm.
How do I? There we go. My brain forgot how to roll for a second.
Okay. So you're gonna take a look at the writing, and it's going to be very hard to get anything out of it. As I said, it's a very heavily faded. But you will pick up a couple of things that you're kind of going to decipher. The language does seem to have some roots with some like older languages that you've seen before, as best as you can tell. So you're not able to pick up a lot about it, but it does seem to be some kind of message about something that does seem to be relating to this room here. That's about kind of the best I can describe it, because you are not picking up everything about it.
No, I kind of assumed this was like a critical success to get like even like not much information, so kind of thing.
Yes.
I am so stupid. I should have prepared that today. I have a spell that can decipher writings.
Oh yeah. I mean, to be fair, we did just like wake up technically. Yeah. Sometimes I'll switch things around if it's like early in the game.
I mean, but you were going into an old temple.
We knew we were going into a temple.
I could have seen you having that. I can see an argument for you having that as an option.
Honestly,
Here,
nine times out of 10, it's like, oh, it's the next day, and I'm like, okay, let me redo my spells. And now you're in a fight. It's all like, well, I'm still in the middle of redoing my spells, so I'm just gonna keep redoing them.
There.
Thankfully, I'm a sorcerer this time, so it doesn't matter.
Then in that case, I could cast Translate.
Okay.
Do you know what? I am going to. Debating if I don't want to upcast. I don't. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna upcast this at 4th. I'm gonna call the other two in here.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I can target up to 10 creatures.
Ah, they're giving all of you the ability to read some stuff
for an hour. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. Everybody, you can read. Congratulations. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just move. Oh, someone want to move Talas?
Talas is up.
For some reason, I can't move him.
You mean Calder?
No, Talas, because I want everyone to be in here.
Talas is right here.
So,
yeah.
Oh shit, Calder, do you want to move? I'm sorry about it. My brain is not working today.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I thought my token was Talas too. I was like, what do you mean? I'm right here, man.
All right. You will cast the spell.
So we can speak and read it.
Yes. Combined with Ixbanor's previous attempts to kind of basically translate, figure out, fill in gaps as best you can. You know, let me. I guess I can type this out for you guys so you can do it. I have to think of the proper phrase of this and how it would be because it's still damaged. Okay. All right. So I'll give you some lines here. There will be 5 lines.
Man, I almost feel like we were meant to like look at the other things in this room to figure out what to do. And
I'm not going to lie. There were other ways, but this is an option. This was not a bad option. You might skip some things, and that's fine.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing where I'm just so like, we should probably continue exploring before doing a bunch of stuff. Oh, okay, we're doing this now.
It would be like this.
Well, my next thing, if this is where I was just like, hey, Calder, were you doing anything while we're in here?
Nope.
Because I kind of felt bad because she's like, I don't want you not to be doing anything.
No, I'm chilling.
Like you could have checked out the fountain.
3 more dinosaurs.
Come out of a fountain?
Listen, man. Magic exists.
I do not want to be near that fountain
Okay.
if there's dinosaurs that can magically appear out of it.
No. The fountain turns you into a dinosaur if you drink.
Oh, word.
Sweet. Then I can
Okay.
do the dinosaur dance from
There you go.
Super Mario Brothers.
To those that seek unreadable, when the moons align, when the sun rises, then will unreadable, the path opens, then the unreadable arrives.
Damn.
Okay.
Did anyone get that?
Well, I have a feeling. Can I touch the like? You said there's like a sun.
There is a circular
a dial.
dial with some like
Yeah.
with some
I
painted
push it. Does
symbolism
it
on
move?
them. Yes, it does. It spins like
Well,
a like dial.
I think this will do something. Perhaps we should come back to this later.
Maybe we should check out the big room first.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, in that little area, as Ixbanor will kind of crawl into it, and
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going
Umbrin
towards
will
the
kind of like
fountain.
traverse some like overgrown. It's raining. I was wondering what a noise was in my background, and I'm like, wind and rain hitting my window. You're kind of conversing into like the overgrown like garden here a little bit, kind of like moving through some plants, you know, like getting a bush out of the way to try to get a good view of what's in there.
Ixbanor just disappears from sight.
Yeah, just kind of crawls around it and gets it. There seems to be the statue of something that is unusual. A creature that has a vaguely humanoid face, wings of a bird, a tail that seems to be made of fire. And it seems to be like standing on what appears to be a flaming sphere.
So it's a mystery.
Wrapped in an enigma.
Well, kind of the whole thing with the sky,
Yeah, I know.
flame
It's the
god
goddess.
was, yeah.
I don't get it.
I think this round thing is the sun.
Oh. Well, what's it doing here?
Shining light upon us.
So yes, that seems what's this.
Mhm.
I'm checking
and-
out the. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I was about to say, anything with the fountain number?
Yeah, I'm checking out the fountain, so.
Okay. I guess if you want to just take a look around, you can make a perception check.
Sure.
Alright. Taking a look
Can I
around.
roll above a 10 for freak's sake?
The one thing that seems to be noticeable is that though the fountains, like at first glance, seems completely dry, it is not. There is like some pools of water, and there does seem to be a little trickle of whatever source originally existed for this fountain. Still seems to be producing some water. It's very small right now, but it does seem to be a trickle of water that then kind of filters down and does seem to then be the main supply for these plants here. Enough to keep them supported. So it does seem as though some of the ancient plumbing is still working.
It waters the garden.
Yeah. Well, this probably would have been much more impressive fountain. It's a fairly typically simple fountain, but you can see where it would have,
Right.
like, you know, had a much bigger flow of water at one point in time.
Yeah. The pipes might be slightly clogged.
Maybe.
You want to squeeze inside the pipes, Ixbanor?
I don't fancy holding my breath that long, to be honest. Even if I do fit.
I guess I'll make my way over to the statue.
Sure.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious it's the sun goddess, but I can make a religion check.
Sure.
See if I can get
Again,
anything out of the
It's one of those things
iconography.
is you
Yeah.
don't know 100%, but it does seem to be there
Yeah.
probably be some kind of depiction of what they believe the goddess of the sky and sun would be, or at least maybe a powerful servant. It's hard to tell exactly because it does seem to be a relatively simple depiction, and does seem to be part of the motif along with the garden and the fountain. So this seems to be something that matches it. Certainly speaking, it is a little odd that it's got these kind of walls kind of closing it in here. But other than that,
By the way, Joe, stop trying to summon the devil. Your last 3 rolls were 6s.
I know.
Shillawillow.
I want to actually take a real close look at the walls, see if there's anything odd about them, any like secret niches or something.
the 2 walls next to the statues mean?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Give me another perception check on that one. I'll allow it. As you-
Jesus Christ, a 7.
As you're looking over them, there isn't anything that necessarily stands out heavily, but it does seem as though there is one thing that is a little bit noticeable as you're kind of looking around. You're kind of like searching them for nooks and crannies, and what you can notice is they aren't resting on the floor, they move into the floor. Like these go
Hey,
down lower than the floor.
Talas, Calder, do you guys want to push on one of these? Push them down? See if you can get them to move?
I mean, okay.
That would
I
probably be
feel
very
like we could-
difficult, as it is a 10-foot tall, 7-foot wide, like, I'm sure, like, 3-foot thick, giant stone wall that is there.
So I was actually gonna climb the wall, by the way, to stand
Sure.
on top of it to
You can
kind of
stand
like
on
see
top
if
of
I
it.
notice anything from up higher,
Um,
from the higher vantage.
nothing that really
Maybe
necessarily
a
stands
pattern on
out.
the floor or something.
Oh.
Maybe the dial does something to these.
Okay, you give me a perception check then, Ixbanor, since you're up high. Sure. Kind of look at it.
Oh my gosh.
You don't really see
you know what?
anything.
I'm gonna use my
Ah.
I'm gonna use my reroll.
Not gonna stick with a 3. A 30 is a lot better than a 15, to say the least. So,
yeah.
as you're looking, you will notice something that does seem to stand out. The floor seems mostly seamless except for one thing. The area surrounding the fountain has what looks to be some form of actual seam to it. It seems to be set in separate stone plates. Basically, like between these 4 pillars, the area is separated out in stone. and you don't notice this at anywhere else in the room. Everywhere else, the stone seems to be a lot more uniform, but there is edges to this entire area where the garden is.
Well, I think we need to figure out a puzzle.
The dial might do something in here.
You know what? Hey, Talas, can you just move stuff and see if anything happens?
Alright, Alex can play around with something. Nothing will currently happen.
Okay, I was gonna step back.
Alex, can you play around with some stuff in there? He's like, sure. Yeah, I gotta move, like, try to move something. I don't know. It moves.
Okay, well, yeah, gosh. I guess we have to use our brains.
Damn.
You know what?
Okay,
That's gonna do
to
something
those
here.
that seek...
Okay, sorry.
To those that seek the path of the sun or something, I'm guessing, blank when the moon's align. Okay, let's look at this dial. Is there anything about the dial that is, like, what are the symbols?
Alright, give me another perception check. Let's have you look very close at it. Let's see what you see about it.
Sure. Can I roll above a freaking 10?
You can. Alright.
Yes.
So, you're going to start looking very closely, and Ixbanor, you can kind of notice this too. There are two things that are going to stand out. First off, what you can kind of see is the kind of circular symbols that are in there are actually a layer of two different circular symbols, and what they do seem to be of, as you're kind of looking at them, are, you can see, like, differences between them enough that you can tell what these circular symbols are. They are moon phases, and they are two of them layered on top of each other. Also, there's a little tiny kind of, like, it was kind of hard to unnotice with kind of like the things, but there's a hole in the center of this dial.
Does it seem like it's something that goes in it?
Perhaps.
Interesting.
Ooh.
We haven't found anything that would fit in this.
There was... Hold on. I'm gonna dash off.
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess, this room.
Yep. Does any part of this look like it can fit in the other room?
Ooh. Give me a perception check in the room. Let's see what you get. Take a look in there. See if you roll well or not. Maybe you'll find something, maybe you won't. No.
No.
Unfortunately, with the kind of damage to this room, it's really hard to tell. Whether or not there is something in here, you just can't notice it. Either it's too subtle or too much damage. There's just nothing that stands out that screams, hey, I can use this to, like, activate something.
I don't think there's anything over here.
I'm actually gonna go back over there for a second. Not because of that thinking that way, but is there anything that matches the dials, like how this thing works, that maybe looks like something similar?
Yeah, like
Yes.
It might be like
Yes, it can. Okay.
that is.
I will tell you what you can use this for. You will be able to determine moon cycles. So, what are you looking for in moon cycles? I'm going to ask you that because I can make one of you have a check if you're looking into it, but maybe you already know what you're looking for.
Moon's align when the sun rises. How many moons are there?
2.
There are 2 moons. Okay, that's why there's 2 rings. Okay.
Like maybe when there's 2 full moons? Or when the moons occupy the same space, like when there's a lunar eclipse from one moon to the other.
you can determine when that would be and what kind of symbol that would be on the dial.
Okay, I will turn. I will go back and turn the dial to that.
It will move to that, but there will not be a result at this point in time.
Okay, so when the moons align, and then the next part is when the sun rises.
On your dial, there's
So-
currently no sun symbol.
Okay, I'll go back into that room again.
Sure.
Is there anything that I can find that would fit in that hole that looks like a sun?
I'm gonna go to the fountain. Does it look like the fountain has something that might fit into the slot?
You give me a perception check too. I'll see what both of them are. Okay. So, Umbrin, you're not going to find anything that seems to be that, but you can, in a similar way, kind of look at alignments and give me an occult check as you're kind of looking at alignments and what you've seen before already.
Okay, give me a sec.
Mm-hmm. And I'll get to you in a second, Ixbanor.
I'm going to use my reroll because that was crap.
-1.
So, oh, shut up.
22. Is better, and I will tell
Yeah.
you, it should be enough for what I wanted. This is a little lower DC. What it seems to be displaying seems to be a true eclipse. When the sun and your two moons line up.
Okay.
Anyway, Ixbanor, you're going to be looking at the fountain for a little while too, and you're climbing on top of it and looking at it, and now you can see the top of the fountain where the water is trickling out from. You couldn't really get you don't get like a great view of it unless you're on top of the fountain and kind of climbing up on it. It does seem to be something kind of settled into it, and you can kind of see where the water comes out if you're just looking from the outside. But now that you're up on it, it seems to be almost like a fire that's opening up as if to bloom into a flower. The motif on the carving here seems similar to something you've been looking at a couple of times today.
Sun motif.
The altar.
Yes.
We need to move. Okay, we need to move the moons to make it block the fire symbol or the fire altar.
Or does the fire altar maybe shift?
Talas just kind of standing around. He was like, "Oh, I'll move out of the way if you want to look at this."
I'm gonna give a good look over the altar again, see if there's
Go ahead.
any way to move it or adjust it.
Sure. All right. Hey, I'm going to confess to you right now. None of you ever rolled a perception check on it. There's an area that opens up in the altar.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
None of you ever made a
Oh my
perception
God.
check on it.
Yeah.
That tracks.
It turns out it does seem to be linked with the turning of air in the area here that you noticed when you lit a fire on top of it.
Right.
There's a dial in there. You do know how to finish the puzzle, though. Anyway. I really
guess
like
it-
how none of you roll perception. You know what I've been doing the entire time? Rolling for Talas, who's been standing there,
Wow.
not doing anything. He's just sitting there watching it, and he's rolling like
Yeah.
shit.
That sounds about right.
And then I come over and just like, oh, hi.
It's like, oh, that's what's there. That's neat. Why don't we take our break now that we found
Now
it?
I know. Now I'm gonna be honest. Now I know why when you said like, "Oh, what are you examining about the altar?"
I want
Yeah.
Nobody
you had
made a perception check on it.
I was
And
like, I was
normally
like,
do.
I was like, that's an odd question. I'm just examining the altar. And then you're like, but now I know what you wanted. You want us to actually examine the altar.
All of you were like, so how is this altar used? I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
it's like, oh, there's airflow. Maybe I should have, done a perception check where the air was flowing from.
yes. But we'll take our break here. I'm very entertained by how long that took.
Oh, God.
Never underestimate a player's ability to overlook the obvious.
I mean,
Yeah. Or obsess over something that's not necessary when there's something right in front of their face.
I hopefully dropped enough hints to get you to it. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks need a snack. Drink, bathroom break. Go ahead and do that. We'll chat after.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Try to hit the settings button instead of unmuting. This is like right next to there, and I was like, nah, I need it's not. I don't need these 3 dots. I need unmute. Anyway, welcome back, everybody.
Got you.
So, you technically have solved a puzzle.
Backwards.
Yes. You basically found the components, found what it meant, and then figured out how to put this puzzle back together. I was entertained by that. But I assume you'll be putting the other dial and from the secret compartment, the fire altar, into the thing and turning it to what you discovered to be the eclipsed sun, the rising sun. Aligning all 3. I guess Calder, you will see this as the entire fountain will like shift up a little bit and begin to sink down into it. The 2 stone walls will kind of like move out and kind of arrange themselves down, as then you will see emerging from them will a set of stairs form and leading down. So in the hole, going kind of over top of the fountain, is that stairs. So basically that kind of like these walls will become the like side walls of the stairs, and stairs will emerge from them, allowing you to head down.
It did something.
Night.
We
I'm assuming we're all gonna come out and look at it.
Yeah.
Basement. I think.
Mhm.
I assume it's just
Wow.
like super dark down the stairs, right?
Yes. Well,
Uh,
yes and no, as you still have the light coming from above that will kind of filter down into there. It looks as though it's leading down into a large chamber below. The chamber itself seems relatively nondescript, save for especially those of you that have dark vision can look down there
Hi.
and see that there seems to be almost a large open chamber with a kind of area that seems almost like she's suspended in the dark. You're not sure how far anything falls. Maybe it falls very short, maybe it doesn't fall very far, but there almost seems to be kind of like rising from the darkness, a kind of rectangular area with this kind of strange circular arc going on kind of over top of it.
I guess I'll take point. I can see in the dark.
all right.
As you move down the stairs, fire will seemingly burst out of nowhere, floating in the air, providing light to this place.
Ah, my eyes.
like
that's
pairs
a
as you're walking down.
nifty trick.
Yes. You will approach what seems
I mean,
to
it's
be...
just a cantrip. I can do that.
See, I can do that too. I mean...
You're not special.
I cast Ignition on Ixbanor.
Ixbanor dies.
This is quite unpleasant.
I can do it too.
Ferret roasting on a set of stairs. Toasting up real good. Anyway, yes. You can make it to the bottom where you can kind of see by the light now. This entire chamber seems to be etched out of what looks, at least the sides of it, save for like a small portion of the roof where everything came in down. Seems to be made of like a kind of, almost looks like you're in the inside of worked glass. All kind of leading down into this kind of platform that seems to be emerging from the floor and leading to this kind of archway in the center of it.
I'm just
So the
gonna make
chamber looks like warped glass?
Yes, it looks like you're in the inside of what would be like shaped glass. You can definitely see through the glass that there's like an outside stone, perhaps beyond it, but you can't really see very well of it. It seems as though like the glass kind of like is formed in like inside of the stone structure.
We're in a glass tube.
Well, I would say like, you know, it's fancy. Like you probably couldn't tell, but it's shaped and looks almost like moved, so it looks like it's like a shaped almost fire kind of thing inside here. So you can almost see the inside of that kind of like fiery shape.
I
That
guess
was really
I'll just give
cool.
a general perception check, make sure there's nothing
Sure.
that I see trapped ahead or anything.
Sure.
Just being cautious.
Yeah. You see no signs of any kind of traps.
Okay, I'll continue.
Just a big old you know, flat area with a big old archway and a big old glass chamber. And the fire that is actually just floating in the air that seems to light as you move by it is creating all kinds of sparkling lights that seems as though the glass around you is made of fire, with how the light from the fires that are being lit as you move kind of reflect off of it. It's a really cool effect.
The floor is lava.
Not again. But you'll make it down to the bottom and be confronted with the large archway. The archway is kind of moves up from the ground, and it is an archway into nothing. It is the only thing in the center of this kind of rectangular kind of pillar in the middle of this entire area. And the archway is about 15 feet tall and like 20 feet across. So it's not a perfect like circle. And it almost kind of seems like curve a little bit at the bottom as it kind of moves into the stone flooring.
And we can't see anything on the other side?
Yeah, you can see the rest of the room.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that it was dark on the other side, sorry.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna... You know what, just in case, I'm gonna detect magic on this archway.
Sure. Yes! Oh, sorry, I have to...
Because, yeah, it's just like, maybe I should actually...
Which is the one here that I want here. That one?
Uh-oh.
Let's stick to that one. Sure, that's fine though. Yes, it is magical. That's the easy answer for it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I try to figure out what kind of magic?
Sure.
I got religion or occultism.
Let me just text something here. That one? I'm looking up whether you would apply or not. Just checking it.
Yeah. Because my Arcana is crap. I only get +2.
Excuse me. Sorry. Come on now, archives. You were loading up fine earlier, and now you're fighting with. Oh, there it goes. As soon as I say complain, it loads up. Occult would apply to your check to identify.
Okay, I'll roll occultism.
34 is really good. It's very good.
That's a 19 I rolled.
Yeah. I have to remember the DCs. So it was 23. What was those DCs again? You had them earlier. Were.
Let's see.
Well, hi again, adventure. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, they're right here. First 15, second 18, third 20, fourth 23, fifth 26, sixth 28, seventh 31.
Okay. What's 8th?
Oh, 34.
Hey, you're good then.
I just get it.
It's teleport. This is a gate that will teleport you, and it will be to a location on the same planet, basically.
This probably takes us to the city that we're looking for.
Oh, what's on the other side of the room?
You just you're on a big pillar that comes up in the center of the room, basically, with the garden suspended kind of below you on an extra. There's two pillars. There's a pillar where the garden was that kind of went down. There's these two sets of stairs which kind of came together from either side, and there's this pillar in the center of it, and then there's this kind of shaped fire glass that kind of surrounds the entire of this massive chamber. You get the feeling that this entire thing is the archway itself is just the focal point of it. The entire chamber is some kind of fancy teleportation chamber, you know.
Well, if there's anything you want to do before we teleport to the city, we should do it now.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I will take the first step.
All right. Cool. So, as you approach it, the entire thing does seem to spring to life as a kind of silvery film that shimmers with reds and oranges that almost seem to flicker it's a silver flame, maybe seems to kind of engulf the entire thing, creating a wall now for you to walk through.
Throw Ixbanor through it now.
Get out!
I will take a step through.
All right.
I hate being handheld.
Well, Umbrin will disappear into the silvery, fiery sheen.
Well, sure.
As I walk through, I'll say, "May the Lady of the Fire protect me."
Well, sure hope this doesn't kill us. I'll walk through too.
Okay.
I will as well.
All right. So everybody will head through. Stop this for now.
No, not
Ixbanor
Talas, he
catches
doesn't go
fire.
through. No, I'm just...
The pain.
Ixbanor turns into a small ball of fire.
So, it'll be a sudden jolt as you will feel as though you will hit something. So, Umbrin, you are going to be smacked in the face as you will kind of stumble through and feel like you kick over something that kind of falls out of the way and kind of struggle to get to your feet as you'll realize the chamber you are in is covered in a layer of ice, and you just basically crunch through it.
Lovely.
Everyone else won't have any kind of problems. Anyway, I'm going to roll some damage on you. Don't worry about it. It's not a lot.
Of course,
7
I'm the
damage.
nice guy who goes first.
Well, you technically, you basically displaced what was there. So I mean, you did break the ice.
Apparently, Talas is now the game master.
Apparently, well, I've clicked. Anyway, I'll leave you here for now because you haven't found anything, so I'm not going to transition screens just yet. So yeah, it's a cold blue room where you can still see fire, but it's now covered in ice and has turned blue. The entire room is covered with this kind of layer of it, and it seems like this kind of stone structure. And there is a kind of like tunnel that kind of heads out for a while to a door. And what you can see is there is 3 figures in here encased in ice.
Do they look like statues or people?
People. There's a figure lying on the ground, kind of like huddled up. A figure holding what looks to be some kind of weapon above them, and another one kind of striding up behind. And they are on the way down this tunnel towards the door. Everybody can be in here now, so you'll see this scene.
You also see me like
with a bruise,
some ice out of a wound,
and there's probably
or
some shattered ice along the ground too.
What was the third one?
So
lying
one
on
of
the ground
them
holding weapon.
One's holding a weapon, seemingly hitting the one on the ground, maybe moving to hit the one on the ground, except that now
and
frozen.
And
the other one seems to be striding up, like with a weapon in hand too. So it looks as though there are maybe 2 attackers on a third, but they are covered in a fairly thick sheet of ice.
Ixbanor, you know medicine. Can you look at them, see if you think they might be alive under that?
I look at them, look at you, look at them.
Could anyone survive that?
I think they're dead.
They're probably dead, man.
It could be some kind of magic. I don't know.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, look at them.
I mean, yeah, it could be some kind of magic. Could be cone of cold.
I think the hypothermia they would go into shock immediately. It looked like they've been in there a while. I mean, we could slowly chip them out and see if they got any money on them. What?
Or
they're not using it.
See if we could figure out what was going on. It could be a key to what we were to expect up here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Does anyone have anything on them that we use to chip them out is the question.
I pull out my staff of fire.
Okay.
Well, I have a staff of fire.
Yeah, that
Or
works.
no, I have a staff of earth.
I was just gonna smack it with the hammer for a bit, but that makes more
I
sense.
have a mace.
I mean, I think both would be the fastest, heating it and then smacking it.
Okay. So you're
Yeah,
gonna try
let's
to
do
get
that.
the people out of the ice.
Yeah.
I
I
think
will tell
starting
you.
with maybe the person who's being attacked.
Okay, so you're the one on the ground.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not alive, but
Yeah.
it's more like looking for things on them that might have clues.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely looks as though, I will tell you, everything at least these 3 probably froze like flash. Something happened and froze them all in place. It does seem like an action scene of some kind. But you'll kind of break away the one on the ground. The one on the ground is kind of huddled up, kind of covered in like a kind of furs and coats. As you break them away, you begin to kind of get a sense of them. They are well preserved because of the flash freezing. There was no chance to like kind of rot away or anything like that. Still, nonetheless, there is probably some damage to the body here overall. But it'll take you a little bit of time, but you'll eventually be able to clear enough of the body to kind of get it out. And Umbrin, you will be able to recognize, at least by the outfit beneath the furs, it does seem to be someone of that city you saw, at least in similar fashion to them.
Which one was that? The one on the floor or the other
One on the
two?
floor.
Okay.
They're dressed as one of the people from my vision. I'll check the body if they have anything on them.
Let's see here. Unfortunately, other than it seems like a few pieces of jewelry, they would have some value if you want to take them. The simple clothes. It does seem as though they have like a bag with them that has, if you want to search into it, some personal effects. Again, like if you want to take some of these things, these are old artifacts. Some of them have some value to them. To the right person, you could probably get like 50 gold. They are ancient artifacts, and some of them seem to be made of precious materials. But from the sense of it, it looks as though like it would have been someone's basic possessions.
Personal possessions, yeah.
Yeah.
I was more looking for anything like religious paraphernalia or anything.
And you could tell that the person had been, like, once you kind of met him out, he had been, like, run through.
Well, he was going to be dead no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I guess work on the next one.
Yes.
Up to people if they want to take
Ixbanor,
the...
please give me an academic lore again.
Okay. The reason I brought up the stuff, by the way, I should clarify. The reason I brought up the Staff of Fire as like an option is because it literally can just it can work. It can heat things. It can like light things on fire when you touch it to them.
As
So
you
it's
kind of like chip
literally
out
just
the
stabbing into
individual,
things and melting.
like to at least get the outer layers of stuff out, it'll be a person dressed in a style of kind of like leather and like chain armor, but you will notice they are an elf.
The other one was a human, I take it?
Looked human,
Okay.
but there was little things different about them. You do remember that, like, the people of the sky were human-like, but weren't exactly human.
Right.
Kind of like halflings are to humans. They look a lot alike, except size difference. These were close in size, but had some, like, basically would have been, like, ancestry differences. Cousins.
Got it.
Kind of like you guys might be, like, cousins to... You're direct descendant from a human. Humans might be descendants from them. And you kind of would assume.
Got it.
An offshoot from them.
Well, what does this guy have on him other than some chain?
He has a emblazoned kind of like plate on his chest that seems to have some kind of symbol on it, where you can roll religion, I'd say. Other than that, he has his armor, his weapons, his leathers, his sword. Seems very simple warrior otherwise. Unfortunately, you can't really tell, but like it has motifs of something a little bit more stuff. The thing is, the symbols, it is a much more intricate symbol than anything you recognize from nowadays.
Alright. I'm gonna see if we can take the plate off, at least keep that as a something to look into. See if we see anything similar to it while on our travels.
Just to speed things up, both the attackers seem to be elves, and in similar kind of sets of armor and stuff.
Okay.
Neither of them seem to be carrying personal possessions. They seem to have been like
warriors.
Warriors, yes.
Calder, how'd you get hurt?
He didn't heal. You should actually be at full health from the last. Because
no, I was
resting. But
we didn't.
Even after resting, Talas can have healing touch to you. It only
Oh
takes
wait,
him,
yeah,
like
true,
10
true,
minutes.
true.
So
You're right.
Yeah, that's why I
That's-
healed like the last 2, and you can heal the last few because it's just 2 healing lay on hands from Talas.
Yeah.
Talas can give you the good touch, not the bad touch. The good touch.
Oh,
The good bad
Maybe
touch.
Touch me.
I stab him. No.
I mean, Talas is welcome to touch me.
What? Mods,
I
boo
mean, yeah,
this
you too.
one.
Well, no,
If
that
you're-
now that I've been hurt.
Oh,
Oh yeah, sure.
that takes time.
Well, we're
Damn.
digging people out of stuff.
That-
That's a
That's-
good point. He
that's
can
mean.
be like, why are you hurt? Like heal, and then
There
he'll just
was
go and
ice.
meditate. And you can go and
As
meditate
you might
while-
point out, like the chunks of ice, and you're like, my face
Crash
broke
through
that.
these.
Mhm.
How much does he heal?
I want to say like 20, 15,
Okay.
something around there.
If it's a minimum 7, then it heals me fully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's definitely more than that.
Okay.
Cool.
So I am good then.
Cool.
Just figured why we're slowed down for a minute doing this. Well, I guess we should continue.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's something else you think we could glean from this.
Oh, land hands also gives you a +2 status bonus to AC for 1 round. I didn't know that.
It's definitely something that's if you really do use it in combat, it can give that little bit of bonus there on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're curious, it heals
Okay.
30.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than healed.
Yep.
Okay. I guess we continue.
All right, you can head down this hallway to the doors, which are frozen shut. They seem to be similar stone doors, except you don't see any kind of barrings and stuff on there. It's just got that same layer of ice over this entire chamber.
I'm not melting a whole door this way. This would take way too long.
Well, you melt, we hit.
Yeah, it won't go too
I mean,
long.
I don't think there's anything else we have that we could thaw the door quicker.
Mm-hmm.
No, probably
It's
Everyone,
like-
Also, I will tell you, this room is cold. Do any of you
I mean,
have
the only
any
other
kinds of
thing I could...
things to protect against the cold? I did not ask. I should now. I mean, Ixbanor is a furry little creature, so I mean, you're probably better than the others.
I mean, it helps a little bit.
yeah, not
More than
perfect.
everyone else. Uh-huh.
Not really.
So yeah, it is unpleasant and freezing in here for obvious reasons.
Anyway,
I mean,
this
the
would
only other-
honestly... So this
Okay.
would melt it faster. This is
I
why...
mean, the only other thing I could do is wall of fire.
Mhm.
But then I wouldn't have liminal doorway.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually no, no, that's a different one. Oh no, wall of fire is with liminal doorway. So yeah, I wouldn't have the liminal doorway if we wanted to rest safely.
Your dimension would be temperature controlled.
Well, no, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to point out, it's probably feeling pretty warm right now because I have a giant
Yes.
floating flame of spear
You
of
create
flame
this
to help melt the
yeah,
door.
you create this giant floating spear of flame to kind of melt the door for like a minute, and it does provide a bunch of heat nearby to it. That definitely feels much better. Anybody else doing anything then to mitigate the temperature? I just want to know.
Stay near the floating flame.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not too close.
Yeah, I'm not like hugging it, but
Eventually,
don't
you
have
will feel like
anything
you'll
else.
clear enough that you could perhaps try to move the doors. They do seem like they are doors that would have swung open, so you have to kind of pull at one of them.
well, that's your guys' job.
Yeah. I will try and pull.
Or I mean, I could assist. I have a plus 13 to athletics.
Yeah.
Can you have multiple people? No, you can't because it's the highest.
It's,
'cause
yeah,
it's a
it's just
circumstance.
circumstance
I mean, if
bonus.
you both want to check, you could both see if one of you rolls higher than the
Oh,
other.
that's a good. That's actually a good point.
So
Yeah, we can
And
yes, it
both
would be the
shot.
best
I'll
bonus.
guide it. I can guidance Talas.
Okay.
It's fair.
So, roll.
Okay, that's a pretty good check.
Wow,
Nice.
I
Oh,
rolled
yeah.
a nat 20.
Okay.
Also, well, so both of you crit, but Calder's crit is higher.
They're still both crits, but all right. Hey, Talas, roll away
Mhm.
with
And guidance.
and a guidance.
Guidance is.
I mean, I can ping it if you want me to.
Yeah.
It's status, right? Yeah, I just want to sure. Okay.
Yeah, it's next.
And you get a +2 or +3?
A +3, because I'm a master.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not, so.
Yeah, I knew he was higher. I just didn't know how much.
Yeah, very good.
Waste of a nat 20.
But still, nonetheless, a 34. All right. You will be able to have, like, the three of you will kind of pull them at the door as it will kind of crack open with kind of snaps of little bits of, like, ice there in the joints, as there'll be this kind of blast of cold air as you kind of will swing the door open, revealing a sight. You see mountains below you. There is a kind of small snow-covered thing. I would call it. Okay, here we go. Cool mountain. I just got a picture of an actual mountain. Enjoy.
Let's go skiing.
There seems to be some kind of like snow-covered landing in front of you, as the air up here is not only cold, but you can tell it is thin, as you can see as though there are like clouds that seem to be moving around below you around some of these mountaintops.
You know what? I'm gonna go back and take some of those furs off that guy.
Okay. The two elves do not seem to have been dressed for cold weather. The guy they were attacking did seem to be dressed for cold weather.
Yeah, I'm taking his furs.
Yeah.
I forgot. Hold on, I run back and I rifle through their pocket.
Uh-huh.
he already said.
Thank you for reminding me, Umbrin.
He said there was nothing on them
Well,
personally.
but yeah,
Oh.
he said
I
there was
guess
some
if-
simple jewelry.
Yeah, simple
damn
jewelry. I guess on the like soldiers, if you like want a few coins, they might have a few like old silver coins minted in a way that you haven't seen ever.
Oh, this is worthless.
And he said it was like 50 gold of personal artifact.
If we wanted to haul it all back.
On the
The
fur
guy
guy.
had-
Yeah.
The fur guy
Yeah,
had
the
a
fur guy.
bag
Yeah.
that had like 50 gold worth of artifact stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them is like made of precious stuff though too, so it's like some jewelry, kind of things like that, little objects that probably have a little bit of value, kind of thing like that.
Yeah, but no like real coinage of worth.
No, and the coins that the two soldiers do seem to have are again like they are
Aren't
silver
legal tender
coins,
here.
but they aren't legal tender. No, they're
God damn it.
Well, you can melt it down and,
Nah,
and just have
I mean,
silver.
you could probably
forgery
also
is not
sell
my
it.
style.
No,
also
you can
sell
just
it,
melt
too.
it down just to silver. I mean,
Anyway, a bitter wind will kind of blow on all of you as you definitely, I feel like you are somewhere high in the mountains, incredibly high, and yeah, you aren't in it. You don't seem to be in the floating city. You seem to be the side of a mountain somewhere, with a kind of old staircase that seems to go off to your left and continue up the mountain.
hey, I want to use Mountain Lord to see if I can figure out where the freak we are.
Sure.
Mountain Lord.
27. 27, I'll give you the basics of this. There are ancient stories of some that have crossed the Great Barrier Mountains between the two continents, of basically like a mountain so high it pierces the sky and the clouds and goes up nearly to the heavens. this is kind of like, basically, a great way of saying it is, congratulations, you're somewhere up in the upper reaches of the Mount Everest of your planet.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I think we're on the tallest mountain in on our world.
It would be the closest to the sky, and perhaps a sky city above the tallest mountain in the world would be appropriate.
I think we need to climb.
So, like, only one of you is in nice furs?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm permanently in, like, a heavy jacket and leathers, almost always.
So you're probably not
And apron and
terrible,
face
but
mask.
it's still not going to be great.
Yeah, it could be worse.
I don't know if Talas has anything for cold weather.
So I noticed Talas does have the coyote cloak, which is shown as being like a fur cloak.
So it's probably a little good.
It's-
I also
yeah,
have
it's
my
probably-
shawl on.
Yeah,
Does Ixbanor just wear a cape and nothing else?
Technically he does wear. He Donald Ducks it. He wears a shirt.
But he has
Yes.
fur too. So
It is
that
just a
helps.
shirt. Yeah. I wouldn't say that ferrets are built for extreme cold.
No, they're not.
He Donald Ducks it, he wears a shirt. That's one way of describing it. It's probably the most accurate way of describing it.
Ooh, I'm gonna put on my fine bone mask too.
Okay. Probably blocked by some of the like biting wind.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I
I mean,
think-
it'll help.
I'm trying to like look up if there aren't any good second edition horrific elevation rules.
That reminds
You
me-
could just use extreme elements or extreme weather rules.
Also, that reminds me of a meme I saw, which is all you need for a Winnie the Pooh costume is a red shirt and confidence.
Extreme cold. If you're in extreme cold for 4 hours, it's like minor cold damage every 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
Here, you know what?
Which is like 1 to 2d6 per 10 minutes.
okay.
Could you two, Calder and Ixbanor,
Yeah,
you guys are crafty.
kinda.
Could maybe you turned like some bedrolls into some kind of?
I mean, if we want to ruin our bedrolls, maybe.
Ixbanor, do you got a sewing kit on you?
I don't think so. I have some basic stuff for repairing clothing, but not like ton.
I got my thieves' tools. I got my artisan toolkit for woodworking. Got my gun repair toolkit. Firearm cleaning kit. My
Yeah,
7
probably not
pints of oil.
I have alchemist fire.
Put Talas on the mountain to represent you. You're like up on the mountain. You're like.
Unfortunately, I
mountain.
don't think I have any of my tailoring tools on me.
It was just the thought, maybe even
Wait.
even stuffing maybe some of the stuffing from the bedroll into your clothes.
Wait, you guys have magic. Can't you just make tools on the fly?
I can't.
Don't have that kind of magic.
God damn it. I got my winder's ring. Got my ring of sigils. No, sorry, man. I'm out. I mean, if you want, you can tear up your bedroll and stuff it in your clothes.
Well, I was suggesting it more for. I took the furs, so I was
yeah.
suggesting it for you guys.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of ill-equipped. Then again, I didn't expect to be on a mountain.
None of us did.
No, none of you did.
When they said city in the sky, I thought it was a metaphor.
I thought it
How
was
should it-
literally like a floating city.
Probably should have expected to be cold, even if it was a floating city. Now that I think about it.
I didn't think it was literal.
Well, I was thinking of floating city that for the sun god, so
Yeah, that too.
probably warm.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it'll be a little difficult to travel here as there is like a nice couple feet of snow that seems to be covering everything in here. But there does seem to be a basic staircase that kind of winds up the side of the mountain and goes higher. So you're not going to be doing any climb checks. It's just going to be a trudge to go through here. And I will need some basic fortitude checks. I'm going to need 2 different ones, I think. I'm going to probably need one versus cold, we'll say, and one versus basically low oxygen. Since you are...
Do I have any bonus for the cold since I'm wearing the furs?
Yes.
Okay.
You do.
Actually, okay, for below oxygen, I'm going to use my daily preparations to make these for everyone.
Blood boosters. Persistent
Only lasts 10
poison,
minutes, though.
Persistent bleed.
Blood booster looks automatically counteract, blah blah blah. I think it says it can do stuff related to it. Bleed, poison damage, particularly appropriate.
Counteract non-magical elements that specifically rely on thinning the drinker's blood, such as a skull peeler's anticoagulant.
Yeah, I don't think that would actually help.
Because it's not like poison damage we'd be taking. We might just get fatigued.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like...
Yeah, well, what I was thinking was it was like an actual, like, a blood booster, like, to make you, like... Because technically oxygen is
I'll
carried
say
by blood.
there was a third aspect to this that I was kind of ignoring that could counteract, and that would be, like, even at high altitudes, you're still high altitudes on top of low oxygen, on top of the coldness, and it's sort of like you're high up in the atmosphere, so it's a thinner atmosphere, and that has effects on you. We could say that
That's
maybe...
what I thought you were going for.
I was
That's
actually
what I
going...
thought you were going for.
Technically speaking, I hadn't even gotten to that one. I was going to the fact that, like, it's it's the trifecta of the mountain. It's there's a lot of terrible things when you're high up on a mountain. It sucks. You little furry things are not built for that, or you less furry people.
Yeah.
Sphere Thunderstorm for not me. Oh no, sort of the area. Welp.
Tight. I have this.
Cool. Yes, you can re-roll. So we'll do cold then oxygen. We'll say it's the 2 of them. So if you want to re-roll your cold one,
yep.
Cool. Since 1 probably sucks a lot.
Re-roll with a +2.
Oh, that's a much better check.
So two fort saves.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So 29, 26.
Okay. Double 20s for Ixbanor.
Double 20s, which are not great because that's a 5 on the die.
Yikes.
Well, here's my cold. Which, at least you said I get a bonus for.
You do.
And here's the oxygen.
Okay. So I'm going to roll something, and let's see here.
Let me roll.
Let's roll Talas. Yes. Yep. Cool.
What the hell?
So, I will tell you.
I got 2 5s, and then Talas got 2.
So, technically speaking, the only people that made the cold save are Calder and Talas. But Umbrin, you have the advantage of you drop the things by 1, so though you failed, it still counts as a basic success for you. So no one critically succeeded. Yeah, lowers the level with the whole weather gear. So,
but I failed the cold.
Yes. So even though you are still going to have you're basically having the success. If you had succeeded at, you would have had critical success, basically. So for the next, this will be over a amount of time, but I'm kind of rolling it now. So you're gonna take the full bit of this 3d6 cold damage to all of you from the extreme biting cold. And then I think, let's see here.
Jack my token on the map.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just thought about that. I'm like, that's why I rolled for Talas, or took it for Talas.
Calder, you would have taken half.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I succeeded.
Yeah. So the only one that took full damage was Ixbanor. Everybody else took half damage.
Oh, I took half?
Yes.
Because yours got it. Yeah, because your cold weather gear reduces it by 1 step.
Yeah.
Half. Got it.
Yes. It's still extreme weather out here to an insane amount, but yes. So okay.
But I can breathe.
But you can breathe. So you've made the check. Let me just see what people. Ixbanor will have failed, and Calder has a 26, which will also unfortunately fail for you, Calder. So both of you, I believe, will get fatigue. I have to see how that works while you are here. Is it just levels of fatigue?
So no, it's only ever one level.
Okay.
Fatigue means you can't take.
You take a
what's it
minus.
called? Exploration activities.
Mm.
It only goes away on a rest.
Okay.
Like a
So
long
right
rest.
now you have fatigue, I will say, both of you.
And we're
but-
taking a -1 to AC and
Well,
saves.
It's kind of more like, unless otherwise stated, you can only get rid of it at a full night's rest. So
Yes. In this case, I will say you could only probably get of it after you get out into an area that probably has a little bit more breathable air.
That's fair.
So, you'll begin to climb the mountain. As I said, it's trudging through the snow, but there is at least this path here that seems to have been carved out as it kind of like winds up higher and higher into the cold mountain. The bitter wind kind of blowing into you as it kind of like goes across here. But it is probably one of the most impressive sights any of you have ever seen. The peaks of the great mountains that create a barrier between your continents, seemingly, of course, being above the clouds, and the clouds kind of like piercing above them, and you can see that you are perhaps, even where you are now, hundreds of feet above the clouds. You know, this is like a sight that probably no one has seen in countless millennia, save for those that have the ability to fly through whether magic or natural means. Probably, honestly, most of you who don't have this ability have never seen anything like this. It is impressive as it is kind of awful feeling. I'm not gonna lie. Probably all of you, even those of you that are like managing to like still breathe, you know, at least decently, are still like feeling awful. Like this place sucks, you know. But you will pierce your way up into the mountains. All right. I will need one more round of checks from everybody. Then you'll get to where you need to go.
My cold.
Mm-hmm.
And
golden air.
air.
Oh, I got actually a good one for the air.
Yeah. Okay.
Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Not again. I'll use my hero point.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, you don't want to critically fail this.
God is
That'd be
dead.
double damage.
Oh God.
Got a 1 into a 2. God is
Mhm.
dead and he hates me.
Okay.
Hey, that might prevent you from critically failing.
That's
though.
another 2. God
Okay.
is dead.
Mhm. I need some Talas rolls. Let's see how well he's doing.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Better against cold, but not
So
against air.
against cold, the only one that made it is Umbrin. Against air, technically Calder and Talas failed. So, Umbrin, you take none.
Yay.
Congratulations. Yeah. Ixbanor, you take double damage.
Oh, I critically failed? Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, I did. Yeah, that was a really low roll. now that I think
16
about
is a critical fail. 17 is not.
it. So he did save you from a critical.
Just
You
barely,
did
yeah.
save yourself from a critical fail. So it'll be 15 damage. Ixbanor, Ixbanor is not doing well, at least with the cold.
Calder, you said Talas also takes half damage or full damage?
Talas would have also taken normal damage. The only one that made it is the person that got a crit success, so that's Umbrin.
Yeah.
Wee.
Mhm.
So,
Oh my gosh.
that's so
And then
unlucky.
Talas is there an exhaustion level? Because
There's drained.
okay, so I would say Calder, you have a level of drain then right now.
It's
you're-
fine. Drained 1 isn't the worst.
Yeah. So you're certainly speaking like this environment is you are not built for it at all. Perhaps like just the you being a normal human, the rest of them being like species that might have had a little bit more species. Yes. Yeah, Ixbanor. No, Ixbanor, you made your.
No, I know. I was just looking at what that did. Sorry.
Sorry. I was like, hey, you're not drained. You made.
That was the easiest. That was the easiest way to look at what it did.
All right. You will continue climbing up for a little while longer, and you will see what looks to be a massive structure that seems to be perhaps at the top of the mountain itself, built into it. A kind of stone structure that seems to be some kind of tower in front of you.
Maybe we should rest before going to the structure.
I say we rest in the structure.
Yeah.
I say I create a wall of stone archway, and I create a liminal doorway that we can rest beforehand. That way we're not, in case we get jumped at the structure. Because I can create a safe, warm place for us.
Yeah, that's true. Let's do that.
Okay.
Because, with our track record, we're going to go there and we're going to have to fight, like, a dragon or something.
You can go to one of the stone wall. Like, again, you're on a big mountain. Small animals. What was that? Small animals do lose heat faster due to high areas of volume ratio. Ooh.
I mean, I could, if need be, I could also make a wall of stone.
It does make sense why Ixbanor is taking so much damage from this. He's not built for it.
Poor guy.
His little body just loses heat so fast here. He doesn't have the fur for
Climb inside your bag of holding will carry.
But yes, you can shape a flat area on the wall with stone shaping and create your thing to allow you to hide for a brief while.
Yeah.
And your pocket dimension, honestly, you probably all be able to breathe better in there.
Yes. So, I will cast. I'll ping it just so you have it.
It's one of those
I
things
also want to point out, Ixbanor is actively looking like half dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, from cold.
Probably got little things of flecks of frost in your fur, your whiskers have icicles on them. Yeah, just not looking good at all.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this rest button.
Mm-hmm. All of you are also feeling exhausted in such a way of, you're feeling all dehydrated too.
Before stepping through the doorway,
Mm-hmm.
I'll fill my water. I'll drink what's in my water skin and fill it with snow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
you'll
gonna
kind of
say, snow.
poke as there's trying to be an icy film in your water skin, but it's still a water skin, so it's got a level of protection. So it's crap, it's still beginning to freeze, even though it's got protection. Yeah. Again, this is a holy shit. You're at negative 30 or something out here. It is probably insanely cold and awful up at a mountain. I don't know how much this.
Yeah, while walking, occasionally crumpling it a little bit to break up any ice forming. But yeah, I'll drink what's in it and then fill it with snow, so at least
Yeah, same.
I'll have still some water in there.
It's not a bad idea.
Cool. All right.
Unless anyone has something to carry stuff in, like a bucket, which we could just bring in with us.
Let me look.
I don't.
Cool.
I have
All
a
right.
bag of holding and have some weird stuff.
So, because we use Fahrenheit, I would say it's probably between -5 and -10 degrees Fahrenheit up here on the mountain. There you go.
I have a cauldron.
Oh yeah, we'll fill your cauldron with snow.
Yes. Granted, you're gonna have to yes, you're going from freezing into room temperature, so you're not super warming up fast, but at least you're out of the cold and beginning to reacclimate, and it would probably slowly melt a little bit, too. But I guess also you guys can use some magic to heat things up.
I could take a torch, put a couple torches under it and ignite them.
Do you want to
That's
use
for
up all the
Ixbanor.
oxygen in your thing?
Well, true, yeah.
That's why I'm I don't know if you can start a fire in your dimension. I don't know what that would do.
Well, I can always occasionally walk back out to open the doorway to
It's switching
get
out.
more air in there.
at least get like the smoke out. It's like anyway.
Yeah.
We can assume you can all rest up and recuperate there though. It won't be like, it will be restful that you'll get your rest stuff, but it will be kind of unpleasant because you're kind of warming up from the like awful temperature, recovering from the oxygen problems, in pocket dimension. So all of you can remove your fatigued/drained. You've managed to overcome it for now by using your rest.
This is why I'm glad I got Liminal Doorway. It comes in clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you only gain your level.
Or
Or do you gain your level time? Well, I can only gain my level because I think HP still needs some more healing, but
What are you trying to break? What are you trying to break?
I'll just do that.
Are you trying to run away? You didn't
Yeah. Well, I was only down a few hit points, so.
I was literally
That's your love.
like
I got your love.
down. I was literally down to like 18 health from 69. So I was like, that's like literally more than a third of my health was gone.
Yeah, that's not good.
So Ixbanor was not looking super
And I
hot.
guess we need to take off some rations out of the group loot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think, I am definitely not going to be probably scavenging out here.
No, there probably are things to eat this high up even still, but it would be a very difficult check to find, The kind of thing you'd probably have to be like a master or legendary to survive up here,
I am master, but...
So you might have a chance, but it would be still like a high difficulty, like rolling
Yeah.
out.
I get a plus
this-
18, and I'm an expert, not a master.
So yeah. You're not, it's not impossible, but it would be very unlikely.
And also, with how cold it is out here, I don't want to spend more time.
Oh, you want to go back outside and try to deal with this shit again? Anyway. Alright, you can have a restful sleep. And rest up. I assume then you are going to basically okay, before you leave the liminal door, are you doing anything to help improve your time out in the cold this time? Any kind of actions?
The only thing I could think of would be, breaking open our bedrolls and stuffing our clothes with stuff. I got nothing else.
Yeah, not really.
No. Up to you if you want to do that.
I'm already wearing fur, so I don't think it would help me much.
It probably wouldn't help you.
I'd be
Depending on
willing to
your
give
role,
up my bedroll.
I would
if
say the
someone
bedroll
wants
would
it.
probably either give a status bonus to your check, or if you're trying to craft and rolled like very well, I might give you like a bonus like Umbrin, if you would like crit succeed or something on it. That's kind of what I'll say about it.
Well, I don't create things, so it wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'd be willing to give up my bedroll for someone to.
And I would say it would be one bedroll per person. Probably part of a bedroll for a tiny ferret, though.
You know what? I could just stuff myself inside your jacket, your warm jacket.
That I'm surprised you didn't do that already. It's like,
He's trying to tough it out.
I'll just let you crawl in with in my furs.
yeah, like it probably, I would say like Umbrin, you did see like Ixbanor suffering, so you could be like, look, I'm just gonna just get in here, man. I know it's a little like embarrassing to be that close, but like, look, you need to be out of the cold. It screwed you up. But yeah, if somebody wants to put together, sacrifice a couple of bedrolls and make a couple of checks, you could try to put together some rudimentary weather gear.
I'd be willing to give up my bedroll for someone.
I'm sure Talas could just sleep on the floor. Like,
I'll go ahead and try and put something together then.
okay.
Okay, I'll take my bedroll off.
It's gonna be crafting.
Yeah, crafting. All right. Hey, so that's honestly a really good check. So you'll kind of work together and put something together, and you actually will manage to. It's probably not going to last as long, but it will give you the same cold protection as Umbrin. You critically
All right, nice.
succeeded the check. Congratulations. Nice.
It is funny because I technically I didn't buy a bedroll. Instead, I bought an animal bed.
If someone wants to try to make something for Talas, just let me know. Also, he should not be fatigued anymore. Turn that off.
Oh yeah.
He would have to sacrifice his own unless someone's sacrificing it for
he'd
him.
probably sacrifice his own.
He'd probably be willing to.
Yeah. He'd rather.
I only had one, and
he'd rather sleep on the floor than like die. Honestly.
That's fair.
So if someone wants to make another craft check, we can see if we can put together something for Talas.
I can help with that.
That just means, Cauldron, I'm going to be cuddling up on your bedroll.
Let's go
With you.
Hey, if you want to give me an aid.
Here, guidance.
All right.
Well,
Oh, yeah. That's
you
a
get
+2.
Yep.
And I give you a guidance as well, so...
Too bad I didn't. Too bad that wasn't me doing it.
Yeah.
True. And then a +2 circumstance.
Okay.
Almost
still,
good.
Still a pretty good check. You will be granting a circumstance bonus to all the checks related to cold for Talas.
Nice.
Not as effective, but still a pretty good bit of put together stuff for him.
Yeah.
So not. Unfortunately, it's sort of like it's just a combination of like you already had some kind of like thicker clothing in place, maybe that it was easier to put the stuff together with, and Talas just doesn't have the set up on clothing to like as
And
easier to
buffer.
stuff it into. Yeah, as easier to stuff it into. But still, a little bit of protection. But anyway, you can emerge and certainly head towards a large tower. The tower itself will have a set of metal doors in the front with handles on them.
I will look at them and make sure there's nothing weird about them.
Mm-hmm. Alright, you don't notice anything in particular?
And
Seems
I
so
will
simple.
detect magic,
Sure.
because it's been useful.
Yeah. You will not detect magic from the door.
Okay. Does it look like they have a lock? Does it look like they just open?
Looks like they just swing open.
Well, shall we?
Might as well.
All right. Inside here seems to be a kind of small chamber to begin with. It seems as a place where there is an old fireplace, now kind of burnt out, a couple of chairs that are, actually still well preserved. Turns out, like, in the freezing, doesn't really decay wood very much, just gets kind of sealed up here forever. Probably not in the best condition, but still, like, it does help preserve it a lot, the constant freezing cold. So there's kind of like a table and setup, and there is a kind of spiral that seems to go on the inside and lead up quite high into the tower from here.
Well, if need be, we could always use the chairs and stuff as kindling for the fireplace.
True.
Yeah.
The tower's empty. The tower is kind of a little bit stuffy, but and certainly got a both more chilly and less chilly. It's that kind of thing of like it's probably a little colder inside here because you're outside, that you no longer in the light of the sun, but you no longer have the horrible biting wind. So
Yeah.
it's like it's better in certain ways and worse in others.
Should we light a fire, just start warming this place up, and then explore?
It does seem as though there is some light coming in, though. It looks as though there are windows, but they seem to be made of similar kind of crystal, like that you saw in the roof back in the forest, in the temple there. So there are places where it's sealed off, but light still comes in. Not enough light to really make the place bright, but enough to at least give a little bit of light from the sides of the tower.
What do you think, gentlemen?
So wait, so what is going on?
I was saying we could take the chairs that are in here and start a fire in the hearth. Just to
Not a
heat
bad
this
idea.
place up a little bit and then go explore up.
Yeah, it might be good to set up a base camp here.
Yeah. I'll go start collecting some of the furniture and just smashing them with my hammer.
Okay.
I'll use my mace.
Yeah, you'll be able to break up what remains of the furniture here. As I said, it's like a number of chairs, a table. You easily will be able to break them apart and put together a set of kindling and start a fire. You've got the tools for it.
Ignition.
Yeah. You have the magic for it too, technically. And certainly speaking, it will definitely begin to warm up this place a lot. You can feel the warmth coming from the fire as it is, and it feels as though, especially with the door closed, this place certainly seems, at least to a degree, made to kind of channel a lot of the heat in here, at least to keep it reasonable.
I guess then, should we go up the stairs?
Yeah.
So this is again, it's you can tell this is the inside of the tower is just empty and goes up probably pretty close to the top of the tower. You can kind of see where there is where the stairs go into, and there's just that open staircase that kind of spirals on the outside of the tower. So no handrails. You're just walking up stone, get kind of etched to the side of it. Fortunately not icy or slippery, but still it's that kind of it still feels dangerous because you don't have anything stopping you from falling off the side if it really happens.
I'll stick towards the wall.
Yeah. But you can make.
I'll make a perception check as we go up, just to see if I hear anything.
Sure.
Never know, something could still be living in here.
Yeah. Everything is quiet, though you still can occasionally hear the howl of the wind outside, even through the stone walls here. You can feel and hear it, and the entire building does it has a little bit of that kind of wind shake a little bit, even though it's very minor and stuff like that. You can kind of notice it of the powerful winds up here.
Okay.
But you can make your way all the way up to the top, where it will kind of emerge into the top of the tower. The chamber is there, and there is a massive crystal flame up here in the center of this area. It is a kind of red crystal that kind of seems to almost at first look like just fire, but also Ixbanor, you will recognize it is the same motif of the flowering of the bud, the flower bud kind of that you saw down the fountain.
I will detect magic on it.
It is magical.
So this is at the top. This is at the top of the tower.
This is the top of the tower.
What kind of check should I give you to figure out what kind of magic it is?
I would say this would probably be.
I got occultism and religion.
I feel like this would probably be more arcane in nature.
Okay. I can examine.
I can try to assist you.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I will try to assist.
All right.
That's a fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get much, so.
All right.
Wasn't great, but wasn't horrible.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. So you'll kind of take a look at this and try to determine what it is. There does not seem to be an exact spell effect to this. I'll tell you that much. But it does seem to have the ability to generate an aura.
I'll take
I'm gonna pull out my staff. Does it seem to be reacting to the crystal?
No.
I'm gonna take a look around, see if there's anything that looks like maybe an activation for this.
Sure. Give me a perception check. You don't really see anything that seems to stand out.
Yay, 4.
It seems to be the only thing that's here as far as you can tell.
What was I told that the staff would help, like, imbuing the staff would help me do?
It basically was supposed to lead you to where you needed to go once you got to where you needed to go.
Okay.
So... Does anybody want to do anything?
I'm looking through some stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna touch it.
Okay, good call.
It explodes.
So, as you touch it, this kind of glowing energy will go across it, as similar to a bloom, it will open up. And the center of it seems to be like the center of a flower, a pedestal leading to a, like, what looks to be a floating fiery orb on top of it. The orb seems to crackle with energy, but it seems to be kind of like a floating glass orb. The energy moves like fire, but it doesn't seem to be fire.
Well, I touched the one thing. Anyone want to touch the new thing?
You know what?
I'll
I'm down
touch
to
it.
clown.
Okay.
Oh, do you wanna?
Oh, you can do it if you want. I mean,
We can rock paper scissors.
roll off.
Yeah.
Roll d20 and say, we'll say hi to the one that touches it. Umbrin's poking. Okay. Okay, so Umbrin, you put your hand on it. Roll me a d20.
Okay.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
I was gonna say, as I touched it, I'm gonna say, in the name of all the suns and the fire and all the sky, the darkness and the light are the two sides of the same coin.
You're basically gonna try to give a
One of the
prayer.
prayers. Yeah, that was one of the prayers that I had heard.
That will not have an effect.
Okay, I figured it was worth a shot.
I'm gonna walk up to it
Uh-huh.
and touch my staff to it.
Okay. Not have an effect.
Can I give a religion check? See if I can.
I could say someone can give me an arcane check, too.
That's
Arcana
a
check.
hammer.
Ixbanor, you can give me a check here. Because you were watching. So you watched, and I will tell you, when you touched your staff to it, there was no reaction, but you did see a mild reaction when Umbrin touched it. But nothing happened.
I think we all need to touch it.
Maybe we need to eat it.
Lick it.
Okay.
I mean, we could all try and touch it, I guess, and see what happens.
Okay.
I'll continue touching it. I never
Okay.
let go of it yet.
All right.
Put my hand
So-
on it.
Everybody put their hands on it. I will tell you, Ixbanor, as you'll probably be opposed to someone's like arm and touching it too.
Yep.
As soon as Calder touches it, there's a percentage chance that Umbrin would activate it. Remember, I said something earlier. Anyway, I don't know if you remembered that. There's other options too.
Not sure.
But okay, I'll take a step back and I'll explain it because maybe you're not going to remember. Remember how I said humans were related to the people here?
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Umbrin, you are technically related to humans, but you're another step off.
I'm a step away.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I had you roll a d20 to see if it would react to you.
Gotcha.
Yes. Your human blood was unfortunately not enough to activate it. But technically, by the time both of you are touching it, it will activate. So the entire room will spring to life, and the flower will kind of almost seeming like it will partially close up around you, as like it will begin to glow all around you. And you feel as though like the entire thing will begin to spin with all of you in it. And this will kind of go on for maybe a couple of minutes. Before then, the bloom will open up once more, and you will find yourself in a completely different room. A motif of steel and iron. A place where there is gold seemingly in the paint and walls. A place that is bright and glowing with these flame-like crystals upon the walls that seem to preternaturally glow. And a bright light, and massive metal doors emblazoned with symbols of flame and fire in front of you.
Oh, I guess breaking up that furniture and setting a fire first was kind of pointless.
Oh well.
Oh well.
All right. But yes, you seem to be in a completely different place now.
I think we've been teleported again.
Technically, you weren't teleported.
Oh.
Are we still holding the orb or no?
You could still have your hands on the orb, but everything seems to have ended what it was doing.
Oh, okay. That was weird.
You did not actually teleport. I will tell you, you physically moved. You felt like you were moving.
I'll take a perception check around and see if I hear anything or.
Sure. You kind of take a look around, and the room itself, as I said, is this kind of like gold and kind of silver, kind of with kind of black areas, kind of in the walls, where it almost seems like this sheened black marble, and there's motifs of kind of flame and fire, especially built into the gold. The entire chamber seems to be around this kind of place where the glass bloom basically is once again opened up.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
You said we felt like we moved. Did we feel like we moved up or down?
Up.
Okay.
Spun
Which makes
and
sense.
felt like you moved up. Because the entire thing, as I said, was kind of spinning, almost like as like a like kind of like at the top of like a screw or something that kind of moves up. Anyway.
You think we should take the orb with us?
Can you move it?
Let me see.
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab it again and see if I can like pry it off.
Uh,
Or rather, like try and gently lift it, and if
Yeah.
it doesn't come up,
It does not move from its position floating above the pedestal.
then
Yeah, I think it's a permanent structure here.
It feels as almost like it's anchored in place as you kind of try to pull at it.
How
also get the sense
permanent,
that,
I say
like-
as I raise my hammer.
Now that you've all like used
We might
it,
we might need it to get back. Might want
Yeah,
to hold off for
you
a
probably you
Yeah,
probably
fine.
could use it again, is what I'm kind of saying. You kind of get, especially like you, Calder, because it did seem to. You felt like it reacted the most to you, but everybody you probably felt a little bit of like whatever was going on magically was happening too. So you might be able to use it again.
All right, we'll leave it here for now then.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
Look, we can take it on the way out if we need to.
I don't think we need to.
We'll see. Let's not be too hasty.
Let's not piss off the sun goddess.
Anyway.
What if I
I
ask
already pissed off
nicely?
one semi-deity. I have make no
So-
promises that we won't piss off another.
What are you doing in this room? As we're about done here, but I just a little bit more
Yeah.
to do. Yeah.
Well, I think first off, are there any doors in this room?
Yes, as I said, there's a massive set of metal doors that seem to be emblazoned with much more gold than just the walls, is that seem to be licking fires, almost as if they're emerging from the ground, kind of emboldening the entire motif of it. As there's the same kind of blackened stone with these kind of golden fires across them, with silver accents that seem to be everywhere in this place.
I guess we can open the doors.
All right.
Well, they're probably magic.
You can kind of easily push them open. They will swing open with ease, revealing on you as some kind of massive catwalk, where they kind of like there's this kind of set of stairs which head off, kind of moving, spiraling around the structure you are in. As above you is just flat roof, and below you is the sky down to mountains far below. You are on the underside of something. And below you is only falling. And the thing is, you do not feel cold here. You do not feel crushed by the air here. But you can just see down below. Those look like those mountains we were just kind of at. They look tiny. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Congratulations. Maybe you found your way to where you need to be.
Finally.
Finally. Yes. It took a little longer than I expected, but it wasn't bad. We had some hilarity of you trying to figure out the first thing.
Yeah.
But, so the best way I described it is you basically got, like, moved up from the tower to the Sky City, you know? Probably that's a load point for them, you know, kind of thing. Like, you know, as you're moving around, and perhaps if someone's moving some things in, they could drop it off there.
I do my little dance on the catwalk.
Well, that's good. I was going to be very disappointed if there wasn't a floating city.
Hey, I got to use my mountain lore.
You did get used to mountain lore. You didn't roll enough to get more than just, like, you've heard tales of the, like, this legendary mountain in this region.
I only get
so,
plus
like,
13 to
yeah.
it, so...
Well, you didn't roll particularly huge anyway, too. You rolled
No.
decent, but yeah.
Now
well,
I want to use my volcano lore.
You know, I'm not. I've said it before. I'm not saying it might not come up, but currently speaking, as I see it, probably not. There are probably volcanoes in this range, so it's not like you could not find some if you decided to go crossing the range.
No.
I don't know. But yeah, thanks everybody who joined us today. There were some fun adventures. I think some funny adventures too, but they managed to claim their way to the city. Anyway. I guess we'll turn it to Wyrm, because you usually have the shout out. Unless anybody else has anything to shout out? Anybody? No? Okay, we'll just turn it to Wyrm then.
I'm Diamond Wyrm. You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWyrm or at DiamondWyrm on Twitter and Blue Sky, and DiamondWyrm9234 on YouTube. Next stream will be Friday, where I think we're back to we're back to grounded.
Back to grounded, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume we're gonna do 2 weeks of grounded, then probably back to Windblown again, and then maybe finally figure out something else to add on after that, you know, because
Maybe, yes.
maybe we'll see. We ended up doing 2 weeks of Windblown just because of the crashes and the problems with the update.
Yeah.
I mean, Peak does have a new biome that should be out now, so maybe that'll be a good thing to revisit then too.
Good, yep. Put off making decisions until even later.
That's the way it works. Anyway, Hi, everybody. As I said earlier, thanks to Average Go. This is my channel. Make sure to check out the rest of the stuff. Make sure to join us next week at Wednesdays at 8 to see more of this. Make sure, of course, you join for Discussing Saturdays at 6. You can always check out everything that I do live over on the YouTube side, at least the tabletop stuff. Make sure to check all that out. Make sure to check out my social media link below. And, of course, just, hey, have yourself a great rest of your Fridays. Until next time, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye!